In this session, I want to demonstrate how to create powerful visuals and dashboards using Power BI. I hope you have downloaded Power BI already. If you have not done it, you can refer to my video on how to install Power BI, the link for which I have given it in the description. Now, this is your Power BI view. This is the area where the data will appear. That is, what are the different columns that are there once you bring data into the Power BI environment. Okay, so we are going to click get data and bring data into Power BI environment. What you are seeing is Power BI desktop. Okay, so these are the different types of visuals that are available for us. We can also have filters. There is an option here to transform data. That is, there may be some missing values, there may be duplicate records. We may have to do those formatting before we can use it for creating visuals. We do all of that within the Power BI environment itself using the transform data option. Okay, so with that understanding, let us go and bring the data into the Power BI environment. I'm going to bring sales data of a company, and I'm going to be bringing in an Excel workbook, right? So the data is currently in an Excel worksheet and I'm going to import it. For that, I'll be clicking get data. As you can see here, there are different types of databases from which I can bring data into the Power BI environment. If you really see, Excel is also a type of database. Database is what? A framework to store data, to process data. So Excel is used to store data. So that way Excel is also a database. So since this is a simple example, I'm going to be using data that is there in Excel workbook. Okay. So let's click this and bring the data into the Power BI environment. This is the data set that I'm going to be using for the purpose of developing visuals. This is about the sale of different types of mobile phones in different countries. Number of units sold is indicated. The manufacturing price and sales price is also there, and the discounts that are given. What is the extent of sales and what is the extent of profit? The date on which it was sold and the reference is also there, right? So if you see, there are some blank values. We should ideally remove them before we process the data for visualization. So we are going to be bringing this data into Power BI environment. So I'm going to be clicking the data set for Power BI, which is our Excel file. So let's click open. Remember, I click get data. I chose Excel as the option, and then I have the data that is loaded into Power BI. Now let us select sheet 1, and the data is getting loaded for our preview. You see here there are some null values, which is what we want to remove. I can go to transform data from this view itself, or I can load data and then click the transform option that is here, right? So there are two options for us. Once I click load, the data will appear here. Let's see that and see how the data appears. It will take a couple of seconds or a couple of minutes depending on your system and the volume of data that we are loading. Okay, so let's load this. So the file is loaded. As you can see here, all the values are loaded. Okay, whatever is there in the Excel is now in Power BI environment. We can even rename it. We'll double click and say mobile sales. Okay, so you can change that. And wherever you are seeing this sigma, the summation, it indicates that they are numeric columns. Okay, the other ones are non-numeric, and this is a date column. Now let's click transform data and do some transformation. That is, we will make the data ready for the purpose of developing the visual. So this is the data that we have uploaded, okay, and this contains some null values as I indicated. We need to remove them, and you can also add columns, right? So that option is there. See here, I can add columns, right? And I can also look at the distribution of the data. That is what is inside the data. I can visualize it. Just come here, click the view option, column distribution. See here, there are six distinct, values. That is six different countries. Here, seven different products, so on and so forth. Okay. And if I hover my mouse, you can see here, if there are any duplicates, I can remove. And if there are some empty values, I can remove, which is the null value. So I'm going to click that. So it removes the null value. If I don't like that, that is I want to redo, I can click this and the null value will appear again. Okay. So let's come here, remove the empty ones. Suppose if there are some errors, we can remove them. When you upload the data, sometimes it can result in errors. Such values need to be removed. I can also extract some key information from this date field. Like if I want month, I can get it. Okay. I can also extract, say, this particular information. Okay. I can also change the data type. For example, let's see here the sale price. The sale price, see here, it is there as a fixed decimal number. I can convert that into decimal. If I click decimal, it becomes like 20.0, 15.0, so on and so forth. Now it is not displaying because they are 20.0, and other numbers. When you have decimal points, it will appear appropriately. Okay, I can change it because I don't need that so much. Okay, so these are the different options, and I can change the type of the data also just with a click of a mouse. Now, if I want to convert the date into just the month, what I do here, I come to the date area, right click, transform, I click month and then indicate month. This will give me the number. If you want the name of the month, you have to choose this. If you want to find the days in the month, you need to choose this. So many options are there. I can click this and now you see the name, the number corresponding to the name of the month is there. So this is January, so it shows 1. This is June, so it shows 6, so on and so forth. Let's remove this because I want to keep date as is. And from this, I will demonstrate how to extract some uh, key information from this. Okay, so I'm going to split the data into BI 101 2001, right? So I can use that. So what do? I come here, right click, and then I split column by delimiter. So I'm going to indicate what is the delimiter. Delimiter is the hyphen, right? So I can, delimiter is the hyphen here, right? BI hyphen 101 hyphen 2001. So I am going to indicate the delimiter. Suppose you are using a dot, you can put a dot here, right? Or you can say the leftmost delimiter, rightmost delimiter. If I choose leftmost, BI will be coming into one column, 101 2001 will be another column, right? So here I am splitting it into three different columns based on the delimiter. Let's click OK, and you can see here now that BI 101 2001, it is split into three different things, right? So I can do all of this so that I can do the necessary computations. So let's undo this because I don't want, I just demonstrated. Okay. And after you have done all the changes, you can come here and click close and apply if you want the changes to take effect. You can choose apply, that is like control S, this is like close. and when you choose close, the changes won't be applied. So let's click close and apply. It will take you back to the uh, Windows Power BI area, so you can go ahead and do the visualization. Before we create the visuals, let's give a name to our dashboard. Okay, we'll call it as sample dashboard. Give some good nice color so that it looks very professional. Let's center this, increase the font size. Okay, we have increased the font size. Okay, and let's come to effects. You have the background. Let's choose this dark blue color, and we will make this as white. Right, now this looks good. If need be, we can even move this around and center it. Okay, so let's center it. Where is the center? This is the center. So I have created. Now let's go and create some nice visuals. Let's create a bar chart, right? So I just clicked this particular option. So I want to see the sales across different countries. So sales will be in y-axis and country will be in x-axis. So this is what sales by different countries. So this is one of the visuals I have created, right? I can adjust it. I can format the visual by using the option here, format your visual. I'm going to click general. I'm going to click effects. Background, you can choose, a light gray, as you can see here. You can even have a border, visual border, and you can choose the color. Now I have chosen black, so you can see the black border. All these are format options. Now I can add a filter, right, by choosing product, right? So these are the different types of products, right? Now all the products are there. I can simply choose Apple. It shows how much of Apple is there in this. OnePlus, how much is that? Samsung, how much is that? Vivo, how much is that? Right? So I can see this, dynamically. That option is also there. Now let us create a pie chart to show how or how much different products contribute to the total sales, right? So let's bring sales, okay, and we will give product into the legend. See here it tells what is the contribution and what is the percentage. This is beautiful, right? And as usual, let's go and format so that it looks clean. We'll maybe choose a light color like this, right? And we will also give a border. It's already chosen black. This is complete. Now I want to show another wonderful visual, right? We can remove this, right? This filter is not needed, so I can remove. I come here, I can remove. Let's remove this. Okay. Now I want to show another wonderful visual called decomposition tree. Okay. This tells how much of the sales is coming by different products, different countries. It's very, very useful. If I show, you will understand, how wonderful this particular tool is. Remember, I chose decomposition. So I want to decompose whatever I am trying to understand or whatever I am trying to explain, right? So I want to analyze what? Sales. So I want to explain by country, okay? And I also want to explain by product, okay? So I can click this. I can choose, let's say, country. Just wait, you will see this. Let's see how the USA is faring. Just wait for a minute. This will probably need more area, so I will bring it down adjust this and make it bigger. Can you see here how beautifully this is shaping up? And I can also add one more level if I really want. Okay, so let's format this as usual. Let's go to general, effects, color background. Maybe we will give a uh, this color. Okay, so this is very neat, right? So this is a decomposition tree. I'm trying to understand sum of sales by country, by product. Here I just have two different visuals. So in a single visual, I can see both. Now let us create a line chart. So I click line chart. Let's make this bigger. Okay, let's drag this to the left or to the center so that there is sufficient gap between the two. And we will drag sales to y-axis and date to x-axis. So it shows what is the performance across different time periods. If need be, I can even remove year, right? It shows just quarter, January, February, March, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4, so on and so forth. I can even remove this so it shows just the month. So all those options are available for us. Let's also quickly format this so we can complete this whole thing. Okay, let's choose maybe this one. Okay, so we have completed this particular dashboard, right? So I have some space here. So I can use another type of chart called card visual, right? So card visual, I'll choose two card visuals. Okay, so I can put one here and one there. Let's quickly do that. What do I want to show? I want to show what is the total sales that we have achieved, right? See here, total sales. And let's format this also. Come to general, FX, background is what? I'll give this color, right? And we will create one more here so that the space is optimally utilized. We will create a card visual here. We can play around, make it smaller, right? I will show what is the total discount that this company has given, right? And you see here total discounts, and let's also format this particular visual. So you see here I've created 5 different charts, okay, all in a matter of less than 30 minutes, right? In fact, it's less than 15 minutes, right? In the initial part we explained how to transform the data. So isn't this wonderful? Rather than seeing these visuals through Excel files. Finally, we will create a scatter plot and identify some clusters. Okay. For this, I am going to use sales in x-axis and discounts in y-axis. I need to insert a reference. So I'll put that here. I come here, automatically find clusters. I click. So let's see how many clusters this identifies. Okay. So Power BI is identifying 4 clusters for sales and discounts data put together. Okay, let's also quickly format this. Come here, FX. Background, we will keep it as white, okay, because there are so many colors here. Maybe border, let's click this. The border appears. So there are 6 visuals. I just moved uh, this particular card visual. It was there before we created the scatter plot. I moved it here. Okay, that's all. So how many visuals we created? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? No, not, it's only 7. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In my opinion, this is also a visual, right? If you don't consider these as visuals, we have created 5 visuals. So this looks like a good dashboard, right? Something that you can use, something that you can use for discussions with your management, something that you can use to analyze. You can also create additional visuals by creating another page. That option is also there, right? Isn't this wonderful?